Number 1, NCT's Haunted Dorm. Once they were talking about random stuff, and Doyoung said, I don't think there's any of us who has serious sleeping habits, but one time, Taeil was sleeping but suddenly he stood up and walked towards the closet, so Doyoung thought that he had woken up, but then he started banging the closet and he got scared. It was like sleepwalking. Jaehyun said that there's a rumor that their room was haunted, and they started talking about how they used to get strange feelings every time they entered that room.
뭐 잠버릇 저희 다 대부분 근데
네.
막 그렇게 막 심한 사람이 없는 것 같은. 맞다. 태일이 형이 옛날에
네.
맞아. 태일이 형 옛날에
the music group?
진짜. 태일이 형 옛날에 막 일어난 줄 알았는데
네.
자는 상태에서
네.
옷장에 그냥 들어가가지고
네.
막 계속 막 박으려고 그러고 막 머리를 박았어.
그랬다고요?
박으려고 그러고 그때 약간 몽유병이라고 하잖아요. 그거 약간 의심을 받았었어요 그때. 맞아 막 벽에 막.
That is scary.
그 방에 귀신이 있다는 소문이 있어요.
맞아요. 저도
귀신이
같은 방 썼을 때 우리 셋이.
우리 셋이?
그 방.
그래, 그 방에서 도영이가 귀신까지 봤다고
네,
했었어요.
맞아요. 그때
네.
대박이었어요.
근데 제가 맨날 그 방 들어가면은 막 뭔가 느낌이 이상하다고 맨날 그랬어요.
네,
막
제대로 못
답답하다고
자고
맨날.
잠 자도
네.
약간 찌뿌둥하고.
네.
어쨌든
Number 2,
That's
Wasa's
very
Ghost. One night, when Mamamoo's Moonbyul was sleeping in the top bunk of her bed in the dorm, she heard the sound of someone rummaging through her drawers. She looked down from her top bunk and saw that it was Wasa, who was eating candy while going
think
through
we've heard
Moonbyul's
this one.
belongings. Then she climbed up the stairs to the top bed where Moonbyul was, and started furiously banging on the wooden frame of the bed. And then she just walked off as if nothing happened while eating the candy. When Moonbyul talked to Wasa about this event later on, Wasa said that she wasn't in the dorm because she was visiting her hometown in Jeonju that night. The members of Mamamoo often saw Wasa in the dorms when she wasn't physically present there. Number 3, The Haunted Park, near Hypen's Jay's house. Jay shared a clip from a night when he was going home with his father. He saw that
that
the
is so
teens were
creepy.
swinging on their own. He stood there bravely and captured that with his phone.
Why would they do that?
Good thing
Why
I
would
looked
they do
away.
that?
Good thing I looked away.
You might have already heard about this, because the Island Ghost is very famous in the fandom.
I didn't
A
know
lot
that.
of unusual activities were caught on camera during the
phone
show.
just fell?
The set of Island was built in the middle of nowhere. It was like a forest, and there was also a graveyard near it, which I guess was the main reason of all the paranormal activities. Doors opened, and things fell on their own. One day, Jay saw a white figure in the practice room. He said that it had no hands or
Oh,
legs.
no.
It was kind of round, and it wasn't even walking or running. It was lifted up in the air, like levitating. Samir
Imagine
also saw
seeing
something
that.
creepy
Oh.
in the practice room. He said that there were weird handprints on the mirror, but they were on an unreachable spot, like it was so high that none of the boys' hand could reach there.
I'm gonna just.
Oh, I'm scared now. That's very creepy too. And also expensive. Like,
Number 4, Creepy Sounds during Solar and Moonbyul's livestream. During Solar and Moonbyul's livestream, everything was normal until a creepy door creak sound freaked them out. They kept asking if anyone was there, but no one answered, and the fact that there had been frequent paranormal activity at their dorms makes it scarier. I don't understand how people keep living in the same house after encountering something like this.
That's what I'm
If it were
saying.
me, I would have moved out right on the next
Scary.
day, but sadly
real.
K-pop trainees and groups who aren't big don't have a choice to move out like that.
날이랑.
Yeah.
That is so creepy. Aren't you not supposed to like speak to the ghost? You know what I'm saying? Like say like, who is it? Tap tap.
누구세요? 저기요.
Because it's almost like you're giving it permission to like be around.
Number 5,
I don't know, this
Wavy's
is scary.
Haunted Dorm. Wavy's old dorm was haunted and the members believed so too because many paranormal events happened there. Among the most terrifying incidents was when the group's dog Bella started screaming while staring at a wall. During Shajuan's livestream, he told fans that he believed that their dorm is haunted, and he was scared, but this wasn't his first paranormal experience. He shared a personal story from his childhood that his mother had told him. One night, when he and his family were sleeping, they heard a loud scream from their kitchen. The next day, they asked their neighbors about it, and realized that no one had heard it except them. They consulted with someone who professed to see ghosts and confirmed that there were 2 ghosts in their house, so they decided to move out of that house.
Yep.
Number 6. Extreme paranormal activity during Arin and Jiho's livestream. During Arin and Jiho's livestream, their camera started shaking on its own, and then they heard a weird musical sound from their computer, but before they could process it, things got worse. They heard the sound of an object falling from behind, but when one of them looked behind, suddenly their camera fell down. They got really scared but still didn't end the live stream, and after a few seconds the camera fell again, and things got extreme. The sounds got louder and clear. They heard a huge thud, and then it sounded like someone was angrily shaking the door's handle. But it didn't end here. Big objects like boxes and photo frames started to fall on their own.
What?
So there was no doubt left that there was a supernatural presence in their room.
옛날에 어디지?
Oh.
뭐야? 원래 이런 건 사람을 때문에. 근데 살아있는 사람이었으면 칼 잡혀다니면 나오지 안 나왔겠네. 감자 쫓아오니까. 안 나와요.
Number 7. Sunghoon and the Ghost at the Crosswalk. Sunghoon had a creepy experience when he was in Japan. When he was waiting to cross a busy road, he saw someone on the other side wearing long sleeves even though it was summer. Sunghoon became curious and started to stare at that person. He said that he thought that person could be a ghost but then brushed it off, because he could clearly see him, and there were many people around him, so he thought that there's no way that it is a ghost. But when the traffic lights turned green and he was crossing the road, he came face to face with that person, and he whispered in Sunghoon's ear, "How did you know?" That only means that he was asking how Sunghoon knew that he wasn't a human. He said that he was so scared that he froze for a second, but then he crossed the road and couldn't even look back at him. He said that he called his friend to pick him up and even skipped the work that day. Number 8.
Bro, I would
SPO's
do the same.
continuous ghost encounters at SM's old building. SPO's Karina and Winter shared a story of a ghostly encounter they had in their practice room. Winter was humming along to an uncommon song. She thought she heard Karina singing too, but when she asked Karina how she knew the song, Karina didn't know what she was talking about. While both of them were talking, they suddenly heard another voice, but they were the only ones in the room. Karina shared another experience she had in the practice room. One night, she was practicing, and it was pretty late at night, and she accidentally fell asleep. But when she woke up, she saw someone sitting at a nearby table. She could only see its feet swinging back and forth from the chair, and there was no upper body. Karina shared another encounter she had in the same practice room. When she was a trainee, she saw someone sleeping in the practice room and left them to rest. But when other trainees arrived, she asked who is the person sleeping in the practice room. But surprisingly, she was the first trainee to arrive that day, and no one was in the practice room.
That is creepy.
I think we're just in shock.
Yeah, the paranormal video of the 2 girls, Arin and Jiho. Arin and Jiho's live, like the way that there was too much going on and so much to the point that I'm like, how are they still there?
They're still
Like,
sitting there.
How is the company still like it's livable? And like how is not like somewhat like a priest or like I don't know a shaman and comes and like does something? I don't know. Ooh.
And some of them like tell the story calmly.
Yeah.
They're just very chill. And I'm like, what?
Like it's almost like it's a daily occurrence.
Like they're used to it or something.
Yeah. But that is so scary. Like who was
They're
it?
crazy.
The Islanders one? to see like a silhouette and like I don't know, somebody went and like demonstrated what they saw. To see that in a place that you have to
Be there every day.
be there every day. I don't know if you sleep there, because I think that's what they would do, no? Like I would literally be clinging on to everybody there. I'd be like, groups of 3 only, we're not
Groups
separate.
of 20, 30 people, come on.
Yeah, honestly,
We're
yeah.
living together. Nobody's leaving nobody behind.
Yeah, that would be so creepy. And then to see like the handprints in the wall, to see like the iPad just swinging around, and then to know that it was like built near like a cemetery. I wonder if any of the members there, like, they took something there, because you know sometimes they be following you, so I don't know if maybe they were followed or something.
It's crazy and scary. Like, some of those had to be like this. I was looking away. I was like,
The jump scare made me so
good
like.
thing. I was like, something's gonna happen. I'm just gonna like kind of like ignore it.
But was that the actual video of Jay's at the park? Like, first of all, the park on there already looks creepy.
Creepy.
And then to hear, and then it's nighttime, and then to hear like the swing, that that is just so creepy.